And welcome to once again to this episode of Q&A number 26. Blimey, 26, where did it all go wrong? Dear, oh dear. So, one of the things I love is the old Western movies, and you get the guy in the corner going, as they eat their beans, yeah. Always fancied doing that myself. Do a bit of camping out in America. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Right, Q&A number 26. Bit jaded again today. I mean, last week was the Extreme Hangover edition, but today it's hair in my mouth time as usual. But today, it was my birthday yesterday. I was I feel like I was about 106. And it's been a funny week because I screwed up with my MRI, but there you go. That's another thing. But we're going to start let's start the Q&A right here, right now. Rick Romanelli said, if I could jam with anyone in the world, who would it be? Now, I gave that a lot of thought. So much so, I phoned up my mate in England, Ginger Paul, and said, who would you jam with? And he said, mate, I'd jam with you. And I thought that was a really nice thing to say. And then I said, okay, seriously? And he said, well, he looked at Joe Satriani first, and then came to the conclusion that Joe Bonamassa was the guy he wanted to be with. And I thought, jam with. I thought, yeah, fair enough. But I am actually going to go with his original suggestion because I would jam with Joe Satriani. Because I think he's ace. I know a lot of people don't like him and say he's a bit clinical. But I just think he is incredible. I saw him once years ago in the Birmingham MENIC here. Sorry, not here because I'm in France, but in England, and he was brilliant. He was just like, oh. And yeah, I'd like to have a bit of time jamming with him. That would be nice. This week, we're talking to jamming. This week, I made complete cock of myself. I went to a bouffe. What it is, a bouffe in France is just a bit of a party going on. Lots of musicians playing their bits. And this young guitarist and a young drummer. In fact, they're all young apart from me. And I couldn't understand. I picked up this bass and I was sort of playing along and I thought, I just sound so shit. What is the problem? And I really didn't know. And this guitarist in French, he leaned down and he goes, dude, that's a 5-string bass. The embarrassment. So there I am, quite happily trying to play guitar, trying to play bass. I know it was a 5-string and I hadn't realised I was trying to play like a 4-string. And, of course, all the notes were wrong. What a donut. You know, I suppose we've all made mistakes like that. But never do that, guys, because you look a tit. And girls. Paul's Country said, what human do you have the most respect for and why? That was a question that sort of led me down a path of several days trying to think, well, who could that be? Who could fit that criteria? And I came to the conclusion that, first off, I thought, well, it's got to be somebody hard of thinking, because as my dad used to say about some of the TV soaps and stuff, television for the hard of thinking. And I thought, yeah, perhaps that. And then I considered, no, hang on a minute. I want somebody intellectual that I can look up to. And I came to the guy, Professor Brian Cox, who not only is a world-leading physicist. He's incredibly clever. He was also a pop star with a band called D-Ream and was even on Top of the Pops doing a song that goes, things can only get better. Unfortunately for them, the Labour Party picked it up as their party theme tune, and I hate politics because every politician I've ever come across is absolutely corrupt, and they just fleece everybody and just pocket our money. Although they are, elected to do a job, and they just abuse it. Just thought I'd put that. Ginger Paul actually asked me a question, and his question was, why don't the French make more of an effort to speak English? Or completely English, he went on to say. Yeah, forget the whole French language. No, just speak English and everybody will understand what you're saying. I kind of understand that, but you've got to let the French have their little bit, haven't you? Yes. Good. So, unfortunately, yes, I think the French have got to remain in their own language, and I try my best to mangle their language at every opportunity. I don't mean to mangle their language. It's just that I have a lot of problems with the grammar in French, and I get it wrong all the time. And sometimes they pick me up and say, Nick, you're talking shit, because that is so bad. Other times they say, you just need a little bit more training, son. We'll go with that. And I got a couple of questions for Americans, really. This bit is questions for Americans. I understand you don't have pink toilet roll very often. It is the most popular toilet roll in France, is pink. I don't know. I don't make the rules. But I have to admit, I use pink toilet paper. Now you know. I've got a little mini mug here. I'm the boss. Thank you to Paulina and Thibaut for that. I was impressed. And I'm going to use that all the time. So, back at the sort of barbecue, campfire with a coffee pot on, like in the westerns, with the horse going, or whatever horses do. I'm not very good at horses. I can't do impressions of horses. I don't know. Now, another question for all you Americans is, and English as well, and French, and whatever, whoever you are. A lot of you people are very, very talented musicians that I follow, and I'm lucky enough to, some of you follow me and what have you. But so many of you don't play in bands, or used to play in bands, and no longer do, and you're far younger than me. So why is this? Why do you not do it? I want answers. It's down here. Anyway, that's it for this week's Q&A. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day here, and tonight I'm off to go and see some rockabilly bands. A couple of them in the local town, a few minutes up the road, and it always makes me laugh. You got French doing rockabilly with a French accent and what have you, and it's weird but brilliant. And anyway, that's number 26. Till next week. Horns up. Now, where's my cup of tea?